top 10. We going Fred. We were top 10 dead or alive. I swear to God, you already know the vibe. Come on, we outside.
What is going on, y'all? As you can see, we got the U-Haul truck. We went ahead and rented a little U-Haul truck just to trailer the car and pick it up from Workhorse Welding. What's up, bro? Of course it's raining. We're in the same place, different day. Still here with Workhorse Fab. This time there's something a little different. I don't know if you guys see that that wastegate dump right there. But we finally got the wastegate dump complete. And the shit looks amazing, bro. I don't think you understand. Like, I've been calm on the outside, bro. But like inside, yeah. That shit look crazy, bro. I know a lot of people don't know how a teardrop is made. I didn't either before you actually really showed me, to be honest. But this is actually how it got made.
Yeah, so it's pretty basic, really. All you need is a bandsaw, and you just cut the 90 right there. If you come on this side, you'll be able to see a little bit better, like where you cut it.
I did not know this is how teardrops are made, bro. Like, he took the top off.
Yep.
I took the top off. I'm dripping like hot sauce.
And then you just sharpen it and shape it however you think is necessary, however you like it to come out, you know?
That shit came out fire, though, bro. He actually burnt the tip, too. So it was originally this color.
Right.
But he added some style, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, the torch.
Bro.
Yep.
It looks crazy. And it dead ass looks like a teardrop, too. Bird's eye point of view, that is a perfect teardrop. You took geometry?
No, man, no.
My fault. Yeah,
no, I didn't pay attention to school.
Hey, bro. That shit look tough, I'm not gonna lie. That shit does look tough. Like, I don't even know if you guys can tell on camera, but how symmetrical that shit is literally perfect to the eye, bro.
I just took my time. You just gotta be patient and take your time and care about what you're doing, and it'll come out, you know? And learning over time from mistakes and just staying down and staying committed to what you're trying to do. You just learn more and more, you know? You can see the same thing as things go along with the car, you know?
No, facts.
Same thing with everything. You just keep doing your thing. I mean, look at where you're at now from where you were.
Yeah, and that's
we
what
talked about that. You know what I mean? So.
And that's what I try to explain to them is that even when you take an L or it's a mistake, it's always an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I definitely took away from building this car over the last 10 months, bro.
Right.
It happened for a reason. Now how am I gonna handle this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the lesson in it? Because, you know, when a loss, you can focus on what's lost instead of what's gained, and what's gained is the lesson, you know? That's how can I avoid whatever it is happening again.
For sure.
It's more valuable really than sometimes the gain.
You cannot win without losing, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you
cannot win without losing.
Yep.
And for all you guys that feel like you just constantly losing, bro, do your best to make the best out of the situation.
Yeah,
because
right.
you cannot change it.
Yep.
It's already happened. Just try to learn from it, bro. That's how you get better. That's how this guy right here, that's how he started doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's f***ed up in the past.
Yeah, I've made mistakes with different things, learning on my own stuff back in the day, you know, with a cheap Harbor Freight welder.
Thanks.
It takes time, man, you know, and if you really want to do something, it just takes time. That's the number one thing, too. You got to be patient. There's always going to be wins and losses, like you said. Just got to stay down and stay focused and move forward. Take what you can from this. Don't be stuck on that. We got to move forward on to the next thing, like the next thing you're going to be doing with your car. You know what I mean?
Bro.
We gotta, this is a W, you know what I mean? It's a win, so
it's a big W, bro. Shit. I'm hoping this shit don't take a L. And just one more thing for the viewers, I just wanted to ask, just for anybody on the 9gen platform that wants to do a Sidewinder kit and is going to end up doing custom fabrication work, how was it working on the 9gen platform?
Very tight, not a lot of space back there. The main issue with space, more than anything, was the size of the wastegate. 3-inch downpipe, no problem. If you got, you know, some experience, you have no issues. It's not that bad.
For sure.
But the wastegate pipe being as large as it is, trying to fit back there with the turbo manifold on top behind the valve cover like that, was tough. But you know what, I came up with a solution. Obviously. It all worked out. Yeah.
Obviously, it would have been easier to dump it straight to the ground.
To the ground, yeah. If you're fine with that, then
I was being picky. I'm not gonna lie, I was being picky.
Well,
I wanted it either at the top or I wanted it recirculated. But I'm so glad we went with this choice because this shit looks insane, bro. Breaknecks, bro. More than necks. Shit.
Nobody should have a problem doing it, really, if you have experience. But the main thing I would say is the size of the gate dump.
They should be fine with a 44.
Oh yeah, all day. That should be a breeze, really, and especially if it goes to the ground. If it goes to the ground, there's enough room. Yeah, you got in the previous footage, you know, just kind of
I was showing them.
Together,
that shit looks crazy.
Maybe a 1/4 of an inch clearance, you know, between the pipes and stuff
but you did well taking that into account, bro. Like, you did well. You did a great job, bro. Those of you who don't know, this is a 60 millimeter pipe, basically a 2.5 inch exhaust. Usually on Sidewinder manifolds, regardless of the platform, a 44 millimeter wastegate is usually run, or they do twin 44 millimeter wastegates. But right out the gate, I just decided to go with the 60 millimeter just to get the boost creep out the way. I didn't want to deal with that. Shout out to you, bro, for dealing with me.
I got you, bro. And anytime, anything, I'm down. I'm always down to do new things, you know.
I'll definitely be bringing more builds to you.
Yeah, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. Another half an RV.
What's good, y'all? So it's been a couple of days since we got the car back from Workhorse Fab. I'm gonna get back to this in a little bit though. I'm gonna show y'all the downpipe and shit. You guys definitely didn't get to see the wastegate or the downpipe in person up close. So this is what the wastegate dump tube looks like outside of the car. If it was sitting in the engine bay, it would look something like this. Obviously more like this, you know what I'm saying? It looks crazy outside the car though, bro. Can finally get a close up of all these wells, man. Man went crazy, fam. Man went stupid. Teardrop just looks insane, bro. Look at all the pot cuts. Very nice. And we also got the downpipe here. If you're wondering why only half of this is wrapped, I ran out of exhaust wrap. I'm not gonna lie. I ordered some more. I think it should come tomorrow. I'll finish wrapping the rest of the downpipe, and then I'll wrap the wastegate dump tube also. All of this piping definitely needs to get heat wrapped. Try to keep the temperatures down in the engine bay as much as we can, because as y'all saw like 2 videos ago, you would have seen how tight everything looks behind the engine. Very tight, not a lot of room for air, like a 1/4 inch between each pipe. It looks crazy, bro. Just go check that shit out. Matter of fact, I got some cinematics in this shit before I wrap it. So yeah, now that you saw the downpipe and shit, beautiful, right? Beautiful. Yeah. Let's get back to this engine, bro. Why isn't it started yet? That's a question a lot of y'all niggas is asking. So as you can see, most of the stuff on top is done. We got our hybrid racing fuel rail in. Use code CoreyW, save some money on that. We got our return line. I think I'm gonna switch this to a 45 though. It's a 90 right now. A lot of you guys seeing this, you're probably wondering what it is. It's called a quick vent. Go ahead and put the link in the description. It's basically like having a catch can setup within your oil cap. This is the oil cap. Got 2 10 AM fittings for ventilation. I think I'm gonna put the catch can somewhere over here. Either somewhere over here or somewhere over here. There's not much space over here, so we're gonna try to figure something out. These are all my headlight wires, by the way. Still gotta get my headlights wired up and everything. I got this because I thought it looked pretty cool. It's better than welding 10 AM flanges onto your valve cover. I know a lot of you guys have seen that before. I don't really like that. I went with this. It's a little bit more clean. So as you guys can see, these are coolant lines. These are for my heater. I had to make my own coolant line. So I'll show you the OEM ones real quick. These are the OEM heater hoses. I had to reroute them, bro. In order for it to clear the Sidewinder kit, I had to wrap both hoses around the side. I'm gonna cut this fuel line out. Don't worry about that. I really had to custom make my own heater hoses. I believe this is a 45-degree bend right here. We got a 5/8 union bar, 5/8 to 5/8. And both these clamps, hopefully these hold up. This is my first time doing this, so as far as I'm concerned, it should be good, because as long as the clips are tight, it has a proper barb in it, which it does, so it should hold. But yeah, we got the heater hoses wrapped all the way around the side, and you can see they go back there where the OEM heater hoses go. It's actually really tight once the Sidewinder and everything is actually sitting in there. I'll show you how everything looks, but I also went ahead and I made this yesterday real quick. We got a 120-degree fitting on this end, and we got a 45 right at the bottom of the turbo for the oil drain. I'm gonna show y'all how this routes real quick. So look at the fitment. You see how much space between this shifter cable and this heater hose? Less than a finger, fam. You can see the 45 from the oil drain right here. Just clears. Literally just clears the shifter cable, bro. Gonna follow it down here where we have the 10 AM bung welded on the side of the oil pan. Remember, this is a little secret spot and shit. Had to be cut out in order to fit here, but we'll go ahead and screw this on. Yes, sir. Fuel system's complete besides running my line to the center feed. Coolant plumbing is complete. Everything is together on that end. The turbo sits in there very well. Very tight fitment, but we made that shit work. I forgot to mention we got the fuel injectors clean. We're running Alpha Injection 2200cc injectors. Alpha Injection Clinics, you sponsor the channel, so thank you for sponsoring us. Thank you for believing in the channel. You know what I'm saying? You could also cop them on our website, stepballshop.co. Either way, it's Alpha Injection Clinic injectors. Definitely the way to go on injectors, bro. Alright, y'all, so my phone literally on 1%. Thank you for supporting the brand, everything, the channel. Views going crazy, comments, likes, I see everything. Next video, I should have everything together for y'all. We have the wastegate dump in the engine bay, along with the downpipe, connected with the turbo in the engine bay, oil drain connected, everything, bro. But yeah, just take a moment for this.
Yeah, my bad. We're trying to be serious. We're being motivational.
Nah, yeah,
Motivation 101.
Motivational Corey.
Like 50 Cent on the rooftop, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
You know,
You throw it back.
That's what we're doing.
Right.
Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. Now the crazy shit is niggas that look like you doing something wrong. What I do wrong? Now I'm gonna say you crazy, you call me crazy. You know I be thinking when they say that? When they say I'm crazy, I be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now.
Bitch ass, man. So the fitting I just had just took shit on me. You thought I just wasn't gonna show y'all what it looked like? If you stay to the end, you get surprises.